So we all know that it's really challenging to look for a job. Sometimes you'll put in like 30 applications and only get maybe 5 interviews, maybe. So I'm really convinced that here now in 2025, like the majority of the jobs that people get, it's because you knew somebody, you had a connection. So it really, I feel like it just comes down to who you know and not so much what you know. I'll show you a perfect example. So I'm watching the Daredevil because I always like rewatch the seasons before any new material comes out. The perfect example of this would be this lady right here. Her name is Karen Page. That's her character name, okay? That's not her real name. Her name is Karen Page, and she found herself in an unfortunate situation where she needed lawyers, and she needed it really bad, and she needed lawyers pro bono. These two guys ended up helping her out, right? So she could have been a murderer, but they helped her out anyways. She ended up immediately becoming their new secretary, or as she would like to correct people, their office manager. Okay, back in the day when I was looking for full-time work, I looked for 3 years for an office manager position, and I never found it. I ended up moving on to something else. Okay, 3 years. She found it because she was framed for murder, and these guys were her attorneys. Okay, now I'll show you another. Okay, so while working on a case, Karen Page ends up meeting with this guy, Ben Urich. He is a journalist at the biggest newspaper in New York at the time. And he has a very prominent job, okay? He's a journalist. She ends up getting, chummy with him. They start working together and they start partnering on the things, okay? Nelson and Murdoch, the office that she was at, and they end up breaking up and their office dissolves. Almost immediately, let me tell you, hold on, I skipped one. This guy ends up, spoiler alert, he ends up getting killed, so he dies, right? Almost immediately, Miss Karen Page was offered that job. Literally his same office. So anybody who would have been working in that office, working up to his position, wanting that office, because he's been there for over 10 years, because the guy, his boss, was like, oh, he was a pain in my ass for over a decade. She got that job because they were working together and because they were friends. So it's about who you know, not about what you know. I don't know. She had no experience in journalism. No, that the series tells you about. No experience in administrative work that we know about. We know that she went to college. I don't know. I'll have to do my research, but I haven't seen anywhere that she even has a degree. We know that she went to college. I don't know if she finished it, but she became an office manager, and she became a top journalist in the biggest New York paper that there was at the time. It's about who you know.